S2 Algebra Equations Example 1. Something nice and simple to get started with. X plus 6 equals 15. We can subtract 6 from both sides, and that gives us x equals 9. That's about as simple as it gets. Example 2. What if we have something like this here? So that's a bit more complicated. We can add 12 to both sides. That gives us 3x on the left hand side and 39 on the right hand side. We then will divide by 3 to get x on its own. It's 39 divided by 3, and x then has the value 13. Example 3. What if we have a bracket? 4 times 2x plus 1 equals 7. Now the first thing we have to do is to expand the bracket. So 4 lots of 2x gives us 8x, and 4 lots of 1 is 4, equals 7. Subtract 4 from both sides to get the 8x term on its own. 8x equals 3. Now, what do we do here? Well, we're going to divide by 8. X equals 3 over 8. Don't feel the need to pick up your calculator and get a decimal approximation. 3 over 8 is a perfectly acceptable answer. Example 4. What happens if we have 2x terms? 5x plus 12 equals 7x. Well, the rule is that we gather together the x. We work with the letter terms first. We gather the letter terms onto the side which has the greater number to start with, that being the right hand side. 7x is greater than 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. I have 12 left on the left hand side and 2x on the right hand side. I can then divide by 2. 12 over 2 equals x, and I'll turn it around so that the letter comes first, x, then equals 6. Example 5. Here's another one of that sort. So we've got 10 take away 7x equals 8x. Now people are slightly confused by this. We should realise, of course, that it's better to have, well, not better to have, but that 1x, which is to say this term here, 1x is bigger than minus 7x. If you think about a number line, 1 is here and minus 7 is down here. Minus 7 is further to the left and therefore the smaller value. So what we're going to do is to gather the letter terms onto the side which has the greater number to start with. And that is the right hand side. So I'm going to add 7x to both sides. 8x equals 10. Why don't I turn it around? Because we like to have the letter term first. Divide by 8. We should always give a fraction in its simplest form. And remember as well, when we're dividing by 8, the 8 appears on the bottom, not on the top. It's not unusual to see people dividing by 8 and then ending up with the answer 8 over 10. That makes no sense. If we divide by 8, the 8 appears on the bottom. But we must remember to give the fraction in its simplest form, and that is 5 over 4. Example 6, things are getting a bit more difficult now. How on earth would we deal with an equation which has two brackets? So 2 times 3x minus 1 plus 4 times 2 minus x equals 12. Well, we expand the brackets. 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times minus x is minus 4x. Now, the next thing that we have to do is to simplify the left-hand side. What we should be doing is gathering together the letter terms and then the two number terms. That's very important that we do that. There are all sorts of things that can go wrong here. So 6x minus 4x is 2x. Minus 2 plus 8 is 6. Look how easy the equation becomes when we take the trouble to simplify. Subtract 6 from both sides. 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, x equals 6 over 2, and x equals